saying? I can't even imagine being 4 years old, you know what I'm saying? And then randomly October 7th happens and I'm living in Palestine. I can't even imagine that shit. I'm living in that war zone. And it's all over religion. This is a holy war. I don't have time for this shit. It's a reason why we're all so peaceful in comparison to them over there. It's a reason. You have European culture, African culture, which is a mixture of Christianity and Arabic. Then you have Asians, and they all have their different cultures. Over here, it's just Christianity. North America, all the way down to South America, it's just fucking Christianity. That's why we're so peaceful over here, because everything over here has been conquered. We all have the same beliefs. There's no war. We can all relate to the Bible over here. I don't like anything, like you can't claim anything that's spread through the sword like that, godly. And if you do, your God is the devil. I gotta show you this one first, because you weren't here for this one.
Jewish documents.
Apparently, and this is according to written down sources, Jewish people throughout history, like they were the main ones involved in the transatlantic slave trade. They were the main ones trading Gauls and Italians to the Romans. They like pretty much like maybe except for Asians. Like even in Brazil, it was Jews. Like every race on earth was enslaved by Jewish people at one time. That's insane.
Jewish historians record old Jewish documents showing how the slave trade was so thoroughly Jewish that slave auctions throughout the Americas had to close on Jewish holidays. Brazil received far more.
Not Christian holidays, Jewish holidays, because they were Jewish owned.
Had to close on Jewish holidays. Brazil received far more African slaves than North America. A. Witzner, another official of the Jewish Historical Society, in his book Jews in Colonial Brazil, pages 72 and 73, wrote, quote, the buyers who appeared at the auctions were almost always Jews, and because of their lack of competitors, they could buy slaves at low prices. Jesus Christ. Always Jews. And because of their lack of competitors.
Hey, that shit Professor Griff said, whenever Vlad asked him about what he said, I want to talk to you about your quote when you said, it's very possible that all of the world's major problems stem from Jewish people. This might be fucking true.
You did an interview after the second album came out, and you made some comments about Jews. You said that Jews are responsible for the majority of the wickedness in the world.
That's it?
Was that part correct? And there was some other stuff
that was a lot longer than that. It was a conversation we were having.
This is insane. Or at least not Jewish people, but you know what I'm trying to say, like the ones who are in control of them.
They could buy slaves at low prices. If it happened that the date of such an auction fell on a Jewish holiday, the auction had to be postponed. Studying the Jewish histories of the New World, I began to learn of a carefully recorded Jewish history that you and I are not permitted to know about. I discovered that many centuries before the transatlantic slave trade, that Jews had dominated the slave trade in the entire Western world for the last 2,000 years.
You heard that? Of the last 2,000 years, Jews were the ones dominating the slave trade of the entire Western world. That's insane, bro. And you can tell by this documentary. This documentary old as fuck. Something I would have. I mean, it's that quality I would have seen back in 2000s and shit. 1990s.
Centuries before the transatlantic slave trade, that Jews had dominated the slave trade in the entire Western world for the last 2,000 years, even as far back as Roman times. Duncan Wagnall's Jewish Encyclopedia, Volume 10, page 48.
Woo, he gave the volume and the page.
Writes, quote, the trade in slavery constituted the main source of livelihood for the Roman Jews.
Did y'all see it, yo?
The
trade in slaves constituted the main source of livelihood for revenue, bro, for the Roman Jews. What the fuck?
Slavery constituted the main source of livelihood for the Roman Jews. In the 5th century, Pope Gelasius permitted Jews to introduce slaves from Gaul into Italy on the condition that they were
from Gaul and Italy. That means pretty much, those areas like Romania, Sweden, all them areas too. They were all enslaved by Jewish people at one point. But it's okay because it is in their Torah, right? It's in the Old Testament.
Non-Christian. In the 8th century, Charlemagne explicitly allowed the Jews to act as intermediaries in the slave trade. In a history of the Jews from Babylonian exile to the end of World War II, published by the Jewish Publication Society of America, The author writes, quote, "The Jews were among the most important slave dealers in European society."
Jesus Christ. They were amongst the most important slave dealers in European society. Are y'all seeing this?
And here's a quote from the famous Jewish historian Jacob Marcus.
Like a pot that's going to boil over. Being Jewish doesn't mean everyone else is shit, and you have a right to dominate them because you have a blessing from God. If anything, that makes you have more accountability. Yeah, but I don't think the God of the Bible deals in accountability. Like for himself, I don't think he does. He doesn't punish David the same way he punishes everybody else. You know, when he punishes somebody else, they go through their hardships or whatever. But like, for example, he punishes one of his favorite kings, like David or somebody, for breaking one of his laws. And what does he do? He just kills 20,000 of David's men and say, don't do that again, or else it'll be you next time, or else I'll kill more next time. Yeah. Hey, hold on. Somebody car alarm going off. I'm going to shut that window. But apparently, these motherfuckers enslaved every fucking race of people.
Marcus in the Encyclopedia Britannica. He matter-of-factly...
It was so much that they didn't have any competition in the market because they were the only ones enslaving people to that degree.
He talks about the Jewish control of commerce in the Middle Ages. The author writes, quote, "The Jews were among the most important slave dealers in European society." And here's a quote from the famous Jewish historian Jacob Marcus in the Encyclopedia Britannica. He matter-of-factly talks about the Jewish control of commerce in the Middle Ages. Quote, "In the Dark Ages, the commerce of Western Europe was largely in his hand, in particular, the slave trade."
Lord have mercy.
Not only were Jews in his hand.
In the Dark Ages, the commerce of Western Europe was largely in the Jews' hand, and particularly the slave trade.
In particular, the slave trade. Not only were Jews the principal slave traders, they had markedly higher per capita holdings of slaves than did non-Jews. Jacob Marcus wrote in the United States Jewry, 1776-1985, page 586, quote, "All through the 18th century,
into the early 19th, Jews in North were to own black servants." Yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah, but like if you said the God of the Bible punishes men, David men's years were cut short and many times, and he paid many times for disobedience. Man, what did those people do to deserve that? Hold on, this might be that type of night, man. This might be that type of night. Wait, what's that person's name? Oh shit, ain't that some shit? God don't give a fuck. His wives were taken by other men for the simple thing and evil and fine today. Then he should have gotten killed for his disobedience. Not all of his men. God have favorites, bro. If you read the Bible, God clearly has favorites.
Oh Lord, I've got a battle coming up with the Ammonites. I'm really going to need to carry out a massive slaughter, so I figured that since that's your specialty, you're the person to turn to for help.
Ammonites, eh? Fancy that. Just recently I sold my beloved people, the Israelites, into their hands.
Oh yeah, by the way, they also give you the verses too, so you can check it for yourself.
Eh? Fancy that. Just recently I sold my beloved people, the Israelites, into their hands. Oh, is that...
God sold his own people. In my opinion, the universe has laws. Yes, the universe do have laws. You pay one way or another for a limited amount of time, people will suffer for their crimes. It will catch up with them. I believe that too, but I don't know. I'm always of the type for these people will get what's coming to them, but what about the ones that died because of them? You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine being 4 years old, you know what I'm saying? And then randomly October 7th happens and I'm living in Palestine. I can't even imagine that shit. I'm living in that war zone. And it's all over religion. This is a holy war. I don't have time for this shit.
See that? Just recently I sold my beloved people, the Israelites, into their hands. Oh, is that what this is about?
Well, yes, Lord. Your beloved people are asking you to help them.
No, I told them, I will deliver you no more, and I don't lie, ever, so no.
Please?
Okay, sure. So, are we going to be killing just armies of men, or are there going to be women and children killed too?
Oh, I don't know. Why does that matter?
Yeah, see, I need to start taking care of this sort of thing. I don't want any atheists saying that I ever killed women and children indiscriminately.
But you do. What about when you told that guy to go through Jerusalem and slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women?
Yeah, I know. I've ordered that babies be killed.
No.
Indiscriminately.
But you do.
This is what I think about the Bible, bro. It's just, first of all, it's copy and pasted from older scriptures of older religions, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like the Sumerians, for example, other cultures. But I just don't like how people ignore the evil that's in it. I can't ignore it. I can't ignore how it spread either. Like I said before, 3 continents now speak English and Spanish because of Christianity. And it wasn't through peace. North America, South America, and Australia. Even the Philippines, that Asian-ass place, speaks Spanish. Spain managed to get there too. It's insane.
What about taking care of this sort of thing?
And don't get me started with the French in Africa. Holy fucking. And the British in Africa. Holy shit.
Atheists saying that I ever...
Well, I don't know. Why does that matter?
Yeah, see, I need to start taking care of this sort of thing. I don't want any atheists saying that I ever killed women and children indiscriminately.
But you do. What about when you told that guy to go through Jerusalem and slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women?
Yeah, I know. I've ordered that babies be killed, and I've even killed them myself directly. But in every case, they were evil babies who deserved it, okay? It's important that people know that I only order the death of evil
babies. That sounds familiar, right? And mind you, majority of the Bible is the Old Testament. So everything I'm speaking goes for both Christianity and especially Judaism. All of this shit that they're talking about right now. So it explains their mindset. It explains, I keep saying they, but I'm gonna have to call a buck with a buck. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm not religious, because, like, for example, my family's all chopped up in religion. You have one side of the family that's Muslim, one side that has Jewish roots, and one side is Christian. We all get together, we're all chilling, we're all family. But you know, I already know how it goes. One side thinks the other side is going to hell, and the other side thinks the other side is going to hell. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's childish.
And stubborn people, and usually for the heinous crime of just not getting the hell out of the way of my real estate dealings.
Hey! Hold on. 16 years ago, and he's still talking about that land that they're fighting over there for right now.
Important that people know that I only order the death of evil and stubborn people, and usually for the heinous crime of just not getting the hell out of the way of my real estate dealings.
Well, the Ammonites are requesting that we give them their land back.
Oh, bastards!
But Lord, I'm planning on conquering about 20 cities, like what Joshua did.
Joshua? Oh, what a great man.
God has his favorites, Brody. He has his favorites.
All I had to do was just unfairly manipulate each battle. Oh, bastards!
He had his favorites. He loved Joshua too.
20 cities, like what Joshua did.
Joshua? Oh, what a great man. All I had to do was just unfairly manipulate each battle in his favor, and he'd exterminate every living thing in city after city. If it breathed, it died. Oh, in fact, have you ever met anyone from the city of Libnah?
No.
Have you ever met anyone from the city of Lachish?
No.
Gezer?
No.
Hebron? Debir?
No.
Kadesh Barnea? Gaza?
No.
Goshen? Eglon? Gibeon?
No.
Of course you haven't. No people from those cities exist anymore, because Joshua killed every single man, woman, child, and baby alive in them, exactly as I, the Lord God of Israel, had commanded him.
So why are you worried about me maybe killing some more babies if it comes to that?
Well, it's public relations, see? Atheists are always going to try to point to my evil acts and use them to try to make me look, well, evil.
Yes, I will.
I mean, look, are you
yes,
planning
I will.
to use your sword to slice apart any pregnant women on this one? Well, evil. I mean, look, are you planning to use your sword to slice apart any pregnant women on this one?
Well, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's a threat I like to use against people. But I just can't stand it when my enemies do it. I mean, what part of thou shalt not kill do people not understand?
What about when your own people, the Israelites, do it, Lord?
Yeah, well, King Menahem sliced apart pregnant women. I didn't like it, but I didn't think it was worth him losing his job over it, so I just did nothing.
Right.
Oh, that reminds me. Is there going to be any dashing of babies against rocks in this campaign of yours?
Lord, look, I don't think you need to worry about me doing that, okay? Can we talk about the Ammonites?
Yeah, look, I guess I'd have to say that if you can avoid deliberately smashing babies' skulls apart on rocks, I prefer that. Even though my book does suggest that it is potentially a source of happiness.
Yeah, okay. So
Holy shit! Is that true? I never looked up that one. Holy shit!
I prefer
It's that type of night.
that. Even though my book does suggest that it is potentially a...
What? Oh my fucking god! Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Hey, good thing I'm not religious, man. Religion is like I said a million times, man, is one of the only things that can make morally good people do evil things. The amount of IDF soldiers that have PTSD right now and want to commit suicide right now is crazy because of the amount of kids they kill. Why? Because God commanded them to take back the land, and it's in their Bible. We just seen it too.
source of happiness.
Yeah, okay. So, Lord, the Ammonites?
Yeah. I haven't slaughtered Ammonites before. This will be something new. Actually, the closest I came to harming the Ammonites was when I sent a left-handed man to visit the king of one of their allies and stab him in the guts with a double-edged sword, causing him to shit himself and then die. Anyway, let's get to work on this Ammonite. Oh, hold on, Jephthah. You nearly tricked me. What's in it for me if I help you out on this? If you've got nothing to give me in return, then, frankly, you can go know yourself.
Something in return. I assume that you mean a sacrifice of some sort.
Keep talking. What do you got?
I know just what you want, Lord.
Ooh, goody, goody.
I promise, Lord, to do good and to share, for with such sacrifices you are well pleased.
Jephthah, wake up! I don't value things like that. Not yet, anyway. I want what I usually want. The ritualistic death of living things. When I helped out Moses, he killed me 818 animals and 32 human virgins. Oh, the odor. So pleasing.
Well,
Oh yeah. I think that was the one where he said that too. Numbers 31 and 37 through 40. This is the outlines the spoils of war taken from the Midianites and the subsequent division of these spoils between the soldiers and the Lord. This is the one where there's a video by Paul Wallace and that that Yahweh of the Bible might be like a dragon. But look, specified numbers from the chapter. I mean the book Numbers in the Bible. Sheeps and goats, 337,000 for the soldiers, 675 for the Lord. 36,000 cattle for the soldiers, 72 for the Lord. 30,000 donkeys for the soldiers, 61 for the Lord. 16,000 virgins for the soldiers, 32 for the Lord. What does God want with virgins? What the fuck does God want with virgins? You tell me.
32 human virgins. Oh, the odor. So pleasing.
Well, I don't have that much to offer, Lord. My half-brothers kicked me out of the family because my mother was a whore, so I've only got my wife and kid and a couple of servants.
Oh, just a couple of servants and a kid, huh?
Yeah, and my wife...
Yeah, as the leaders now, man. Look, I truly believe in what you said earlier about the universe has laws. I believe that. And the only way, and there's no proof for the afterlife, but the only way I can justify believing that is if I believe in the afterlife. And I still kind of do. I still kind of do believe in something happening after this. Whether it's reincarnation because of the goddamn soul cube on the moon. We could go over that some other time too. It's or whether it's passing on. I don't know what it is, but it's just that now the ones claiming to be godly are the molesters and oppressors. Yeah, it seems like that always been the case though. It seems like that always been the case, right? Because in the Bible, what was Jesus doing? Jesus was what did he do? He went to the synagogues and was flipping shit over because they were taking people's money and they weren't supposed to. He said that the Pharisees were corrupt. The people in charge of the religion back then was corrupt. And then those same people wrote in their Talmud that Jesus was the son of a whore and that we killed him and that we're allowed to kill anyone as long as we do it indirectly. So they got the Romans to kill him. Now, you know what I'm trying to say? It's insane. Like people just need to understand how this side of the world is so peaceful in comparison to the other side of the world, the east side of the world, in comparison to us over here in the Americas. It's a reason why we're also peaceful in comparison to them over there. It's a reason. You have European culture, African culture, which is a mixture of Christianity and Arabic. Then you have Asians, and they all have their different cultures. Over here, it's just Christianity. North America, all the way down to South America, it's just fucking Christianity. That's why we're so peaceful over here, because everything over here has been conquered. We all have the same beliefs. There's no war. We can all relate to the Bible over here. I don't like anything, like you can't claim anything that's spread through the sword like that, godly. And if you do, your God is the devil.
Oh, you're thinking of my servants. Oh, I don't expect you'd like them much, Lord. They're a bit old, pretty lazy, not much good at anything.
This kid of yours, boy or girl?
Hold on.
Old. Thinking of family.
You hear that music? Hey, Gaga hype. He said, hold on, you got a kid?
Mother was a whore, so I've only got my wife and kid and a couple of servants.
Oh, just a couple of servants and a kid, huh?
Yeah, and my wife... Oh, you're thinking of my servants. Oh, I don't expect you'd like them much, Lord. They're a bit old, pretty lazy, not much good at anything.
This kid of yours, boy or girl?
A daughter. Actually, now that I think of it, Lord, my servants really are good, very righteous, hard-working.
Married?
Yes, they are. I bought them already married, too, for the price
No,
of...
I mean your daughter.
No, she's not. Lord, you're not suggesting that I sacrifice...
Hey, I never said anything. You know it's completely against my character to desire that children be killed, ever. If you think that I tolerate the killing of innocent children, then you've totally misinterpreted everything I've clearly stated in my book. Either that or read a version that was mistranslated from the original Hebrew. Freaking translators! Why don't they ever mistranslate bits to make me look extra nice? They always turn me into a sick, unjust, cruel, violent, mass-murdering psychopath when actually I am. Anyway, now back to you and your sacrifice. You make me an offer. If it's something that I want, then I'll help you. But if, say, you were to make some kind of immoral or unethical offer, something that violated basic conceptions of love, fairness and justice, then of course I won't accept that, and I would clearly and unequivocally chastise you for even making such an offer.
Stop the cat!
Yes, of course, Lord. I would never even think of offering you something that would make you look immoral, bloodthirsty or evil were you to accept it. So I tell you what, if you help me slaughter the Ammonites, I promise that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me,
Oh
when I
my
return
God.
with peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
A burnt offering? Something from his house, possible human sacrifice, a couple of servants, a wife, and a daughter. I like those odds. Jephthah, I'm going to help you.
Yeah, but come on, Lord, you don't really intend to...
Come on. Let's talk strategy. You and I have got some butchering to do.
Okay, come on, servant. I'm home.
Daddy! Oh no, I told you his daughter would be the first thing to come out of his house. Stupid deal, Lord. Yeah, now one of us has to go down and stop the sacrifice, like when Abraham was about to kill his only child. Shall I go now, Lord? Really, Lord, as soon as you're ready, just give the word and we're there. Yeah, now would be the perfect time to say, okay, Gabriel, go.
Hey, quiet, he mean mugging though. No, son. No, I gotta go back a little bit.
Yeah, now one of us has to go down and stop the sacrifice, like when Abraham was about to kill his only child. Shall I go now, Lord? Really, Lord, as soon as you're ready, just give the word and we're there. Yeah, now would be the perfect time to say, okay, Gabriel, go down there once again and stop that awful human sacrifice from happening, because such things are unambiguously evil and offend my perfect moral standard.
He's eyeing both of them.
She's going off into the mountains with her friends to, it looks like she's bewailing her virginity. She'd be better off trying to lose it while she has the chance. Yeah, it buys us some time, though.
Oh, how long is she going to be?
Probably a couple of months, Lord.
Oh, I don't want to wait. I'm the Lord of time and space. I'm going to fast forward it to see what happens next.
Whoa, 2 months Earth time have passed. She's back. Look, Jephthah's made a sacrificial pyre to burn her on. Shall I go now, Lord Yahweh? Shall I go now and save her life, since you don't approve of human sacrifice ever? And only false gods such as Moloch would ever demand such a thing, which according to your believers justifies so many of the holy genocides you've helped Israel commit? She's on the chopping block, Lord. Send me now.
I'm so sorry.
You know, I'm going to see to it that Jephthah is recognized and remembered as a man of great faith. Do you know, before he dies, he's going to be responsible for around 42,000 more deaths? He's a hero.
And that's after he sacrificed his daughter.
Oh,
Did you not see what you just let happen here?
of course I did. But what just happened here was justified.
How?
Oh, look, I can't be bothered explaining it. I'm busy. Just ask my devoted and well-informed followers. They'll be happy to explain to you exactly how and why this was perfectly acceptable. Right?
The Bible tells them to do this shit, bro. The Bible tells them to do this shit. Wait, what video was I on? And now they out here doing motherfucking sacrifices again. But they're sacrificing a pure, what's that, pure red cow, I'm guessing? A heifer? Holy fuck.